Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Math 10C, Chapter 4, Section 3, Factoring Binomials, Part 2. Now, factoring. Now we're going to get into some factoring. You've done some of this in junior high, and you might have found it difficult, but really it's just dividing. To factor means to divide a polynomial into its factors. Smaller terms are polynomials that multiply together to give you the original. Now let's try some. So, factoring binomials. Now, you write out the prime factors, you look for what's common and factor it out or divide. Write the greatest common factor outside the brackets and the leftover polynomial inside. Let me show you. 6x cubed plus 4x. Now 6 is 2 times 3, and x cubed is x times x times x. Notice here I'm using brackets rather than the multiplication sign, because often the multiplication sign looks like an x and it confuses people. Anyway, so 6x cubed becomes 2 times 3 times x times x times x. 4x becomes 2 times x. Now, first thing, write out the prime factors. Step 2, look for the greatest common factor. Now, the greatest common factor here, and I did everything in purple, anyway. 2x, 2, and an x. 2x is the greatest common factor. So, divide each term of the polynomial by the greatest common factor. And we're down to what? Now notice the greatest common factor is written on the outside. And the brackets, it's the leftovers. So write the greatest common factor outside the brackets, write the leftover of the polynomial inside the brackets. At 3, sorry, color code, 3x squared. And 2. Okay, now we check by multiplying back. 2x times 3x squared is 2 times 3 is 6. X times x squared is x cubed. 2x times 2 is 4x. And what did we start with? 6x cubed plus 4x. Back to where we started. So, let's start factoring a few. How many of these do we have? A bunch. Okay. So, 5x and 5. What's common to both? Yes, a 5. So we divide both by 5. So our greatest common factor is 5. What's left over? Well, 5x divided by 5 is x. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And number divided by itself is 1. Okay? Now, 3y squared minus 5y. What's common to both? Well, 3 times y minus 5y. The only term common to both is a y. Divide both sides by y. That's our greatest common factor. Now, cancel that out. What's left? 3y minus 5. Okay, that's what I need you to be able to do. Do a couple more. Now, this third one is getting sneaky because there's 3 of them. So what's common to all 3? Well, this is wx plus wwy minus wwz. What's common to both? Yes, w squared. So we get w squared on the outside. And we're down to x plus y minus z. Okay? If you don't believe me, multiply it out. W squared times x gives us w squared x. W squared times y gives us w squared y. W squared minus z gives us minus w squared z. Alright? Now the next one, we're getting a little bit sneaky. 15 and 10 are not prime. So 15 is 3 times 5. Now, I refuse to do a factor tree for small numbers like this. You guys have shown me you're intelligent. Think, try. 2, 3, 4x is minus. Now 10 is 2 times 5 times x. So what's common to both? 5x, So divide both sides by 5x. So that cancels out. So it's 5x. Now, what's left over? 3x cubed minus 2. That's factoring and binomials. If you can do this, I'm really quite happy. Now, this trinomial is a little nasty, but it is doable. I want you to pause the recording. I want you to factor this. Just break it up into prime factors, come back, and we'll talk about it, all right? All right, now, I had to stop and think for a sec. 28 is 4 times 7, which is 2 times 2 times 7. Now, once you get this far, you go, what's the common factors? All right, I see a 7 in them. I see an A and a B. So 7AB, 7AB, 7AB. So I divide everything by 7AB. So my greatest common factor is 7AB out front. And then I'm down to A. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 2B. Now, this is usually where people screw up. They 2 times 2, and they write it as 22. Or more likely, when they factor stuff out, 2 times B, they forget, they don't see the B at the end. Goofy stuff like that. Anyway, now moving on, factoring binomials. Now, this is a special sneaky case. Notice this is 3x times x plus 1 minus 7x times x plus 1. What's common to both? X plus 1. Now, I poopied it. I've skipped a step here. My apologies. I'm supposed to divide both sides by x plus 1. And why did I write it like this? It's supposed to be x plus 1 in front. I hate this getting old. Anyway, so this should be my greatest common factor in front, x plus 1. Not backwards like that. My apologies. Not that it matters. When you're multiplying, doesn't matter the order you write it out. Anyway, my apologies. Now, notice this is sneaky. It's not 7 or 3 or 5. It's x plus 1 in brackets. So, what's common term to this one? Now, some people insist on multiplying this out. You can do that. I'm fine with that. Too much work. Way too much work. Now, you're down to 4y plus 2. All right? Now, I just screwed that up. What did I screw up? I did not completely factor it. I hate this getting old. Oh, you poopy head. Stop that. Completely factor. 4 is 2 times 2 times y. Y plus 2. When I do it this way, you go, oh! 2 times y plus 2 is common to both terms. I hate this getting old. Don't grow up. It's a trap. So, 2y plus 2 is my common factor. Now, could I multiply that out? Yeah. Should I? No. But if it's too short, don't do that much work. So down to a 2 and a y here. And 2y plus 2 divided by 2y plus 2 is 1. Right? I hate embarrassing myself like that. Anyway, this last one, or is it the last one? How many more do we have? Okay, this just keeps on going. All right, anyway. X minus 1. So this is x minus 1. Put that in brackets, and what's left? 2x, x minus 1 divided by x is minus 1 at the end. Don't forget that. That's the biggest single mistake you guys will make. Any number divided by itself, any binomial divided by itself is 1. Don't forget that, please. Now, yeah, we'll do the words later. So, here's the nasty looking one. Notice I said nasty looking. 4 terms, chunk it. First half, second half. I almost guarantee you, you're going to get something you can factor out. So, like I said, do this as a times a plus 8ab. What can you factor out of this? Well, the only term I can factor out of this is a. And then we're down to a plus 8b. The second term, 2a. Now 16 is 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times b. Now, what can I factor out of that? 2. Literally, that's it. So this is, plus 2, and I'm down to a plus 2 times 2 is 4, 8b. I'm going, woohoo! What have I got here? A plus 8b in both terms. So now I can divide both of these by a plus 8b. So I can do it twice just to confuse you. So be careful of that. I will throw that at you because I'm evil and I smell funny. So this is a plus 2. Ooh, I like that. You're going to see that on a homework question. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to pause it here. Any questions, shoot me an email or watch a video.